أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم صلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I welcome you to yet another session, Learn Qur'an with Abu Farida. Inshallah, in our today's session, we will be looking at common Tajweed errors made while reciting Surah Al-Humazah, and then possible ways we could correct those mistakes. Before we go into pointing out those common mistakes, it is necessary, it is very important I read this surah so my viewers can listen. So wherever you are viewing me from, please stay tuned and remain focused. Wallahu yubarik fikum. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في عمد ممددة. صدق الله العظيم. ما شاء الله تبارك الله. نعم. أولا ويل لي. If you check the first lamun is having dhammatan. This is tanween. And then the second lamun is having shadda. It is expected that you assimilate that lamun with shadda into that lamun with tanween. Aywa. Waylulli. Don't say wayluli. Some brothers, athna al-qira'a, you see them saying wayluli without giving the tanween its right and then assimilating that lamun that is having shadda into the tanween. Aywa. So the right pronunciation is waylulli. Okay? Likulli. The lamun here as well is having shadda. So don't say waylulikuli. Okay? Waylullikulli. Humazatillu. Still, you assimilate the lamun into that ta'un that is having kisratan. Okay? We are not going into detailed tajweed. Okay? However, the rule here is idgham kamil. We call this idgham kamil. Okay? So it's humazatillu. Don't say humazatilumaza. Aywa. Humazatilumaza. Zah. Hams. You are expected to bring out the ha sound. Don't say humaza. Zah. Bring it out. Okay? Alladhi. Don't mistake za for the. Here is the. Okay? Alladhi jama'a. Some brothers will say jama', giving that aynun alif, and then further giving the alif sukun. Instead of jama'a, they will say jama' ma. Aywa, this is wrong. The right pronunciation is jama'a, aynun and not alif. And then the ayn is fatha, not kisra. Malan wa'addada. Bring out that sound. It is hams. Okay? The entire surah, there is what we call hams at the end. So you are expected to bring that sound. Asna al-qira, okay? Yahsabu. Yah, the ha'un is having sukun. Don't say yahsabu. Some brothers do mistake ha for ha. Okay, here is ha and not ha. Yahsabu anna malahu akhlada. Hu, this is maddu sila kubra, and it is expected that at least you draw it 6 harakat. Okay, malahu akhlada. Akh, the kha'un there. Okay, some brothers will say akhlada. Akh. Okay, tafkhim. Lada. Kalla. Here, you can say kalla. Stop, and then you say la yumbadhanna. You can equally say kalla la yumbadhanna. Anyone you do is accepted. However, the point I want you to take is, if you check further, that nunun is having sukun, and then there is mimun on top of the nunun, and then immediately after that nunun, harf al-ba follows. The rule here is similar to that rule we treated in Surah Al-Fil. Darmihim bi, that I told you are not expected to what? Close your mouth entirely. Here as well, wherever you see nunun followed by ba'un, is iqlab. You are not expected to close your mouth entirely. Okay? You are not expected to close your mouth entirely. You are supposed to open your lips a bit so that air can pass through. كلا لا ينبذن في الحطمة, not لا ينبذن. Tajweed, like I told you, even if one is not looking at your tongue, at your lips while you are reading, if you do the wrong thing, you can easily detect. Now, if I close my lips and I said لا ينبذن في الحطمة and لا ينبذن في الحطمة, if you listen very well, you know that there is difference. So you are not expected to close your mouth when saying لا ينبذن. You leave a little space whereby air can pass. Okay, and this law is Iqlab. Ikhfa al-shafawi is the one that you see mimun sukun and then ba follows. But whatever you see nunun and then ba follows, or you see tanween then ba follows, is Iqlab. You are not expected to close your mouth. Fil hutama at-ta. Don't say fil hutama. Some brothers will say huta, giving the ta. It is wrong. It is hutama, the ma at the end. Okay. Wama'a maddul jaiz al-munfasil. And I told you maddul jaiz, you have the option of drawing it either 2, 4, or 5. Whichever one you choose is allowed. Adu. This is another huruf al-qalqalah. Dalun is among the huruf of qalqalah. So you don't say wama ad araka. Some brothers will say wama ad araka. It is wrong. There is qalqalah, and then the harf that follows it is ra, and the ra'un is having fatha. You are expected to do tafkhim al-ra. So it is wama ad araka, not wama ad araka. Okay? Wama ad araka. Mal hutama, ta, not ta. Okay? Narullahi. This is another technical place where brothers do get confused. Okay? The name of Allah here, what is expected is at-tafkhim ismul jalala. Why do we do at-tafkhim ismul jalala? Because if you check the ra'un that came before Allah's name, the ra'un is having dhamma. Okay, so wherever you see a harf carrying dhamma or fatha before the name of Allah, what is expected is at-tafkhim ismul jalala. Okay, so you are not expected to say narullahi. La, it is not narullahi, bal narullah. Allah, narullah. Where will you do la? It is if assuming the ra'un here now is having kisra. Then we say narillahi. However, it is not, the ra'un is not carrying kisra, it is carrying what? Dhamma. So you are expected to do at-tafkhim ismul jalala. So please take note. Don't say narullahi. It is wrong. But narullah, aywa, narullahil muqadah. Allati, this is another technical place. You can see similarities in pronunciation. There is ta, there is ba. Some brothers will say allati tattali'u. It is not allati tattali'u. The first half is ta, the second one too is ta. However, the third one is ta, and then ain. So allati tattali'u, allati tattali'u, not allati tattali'u. Okay? Take note. Allati tattali'u ala al-af'idah. Innaha alayhim mu'sada. Mu'sa. Don't say mu'sa. Don't give the sword sin. Okay? It is sword, not sin. Mu'sada. Fi amadim mumaddada. Hams. MashaAllah. Tabarakallah. I will read the surah once again for brothers to take note. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wailul likulli humazatil lumazah. Alladhi jama'a malan wa'addadah. Yahsabu anna malahu akhladah. كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في عمد ممددة. MashaAllah, Tabarakallah. I pray Almighty Allah makes the Quran a light in our heart and a guide in our entire life. My dear brothers and sisters, it will be more interesting if you pick up your Quran while you are listening to this video clip and then following through. You will get this explanation better than just watching the video, okay? Let's strive to learn the Quran. Let's strive to learn the book of Allah. It is not bargainable. It is mandatory that we learn the Quran. Irrespective of our engagement, we need to dedicate time to learn the Quran. So my dear brothers and sisters, strive to learn the Quran. I pray Almighty Allah makes this easy for me and you, and may the Quran stand for us on the day of judgment and not against us. Over and above all, I pray Almighty Allah grant us all a good end and grant us Jannatul Firdaus as our final abode. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.